Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the 13th layout using the June hip kit. This one took me 37 minutes to complete, so super quick layout. I'm showing you I am down to some serious scraps. I'm going to use scraps from that pink paisley pattern paper. There was an acetate that said sunshine, and somehow it got to the bottom of the iris container, so I kind of missed it. So I'm going to use it on this layout. I'm going to use again some of those crate paper poolside words, the chipboard words. And something that I really like to do that I used to do quite a bit. I mean, I've been scrapbooking for 17 years, so I do stuff for a bit and then I get away from it. And then I kind of bring it back because all I had left was that yellow cardstock, and it's really, really orangey. Well, it's kind of, yeah, orangey yellow. And then that pink paisley pattern paper had the yellow with white stars. I used to take a lot of times at 8.5 by 11 cardstock or pattern paper and set it either to the right, to the left, to the top, to the bottom of the page, and kind of that's where I would start layering, and it kind of defined where my layout was gonna start building. So I thought, you know what, grab a 8.5 by 11 cardstock in white and do that again. You haven't done that in so long. So that's what I did. So I think that's why the page came together so quickly, because it was like, boom, okay. Then I had a 6x6 pattern paper that was from the crate paper poolside. And it was actually a paper that came in the kit. It was that chevron, or not chevron, but it was like almost like diamonds on it. But of course, it's really small because it's a 6x6 pattern paper, and I'm going to mount my photo right on that, and I'm going to use another pattern paper that came in the kit, and I'm going to use some orange on this because that background cardstock kind of looks orange. And then I end up using three 3x4 Project Life cards that came in the Project Life add-on, and they had some yellow on it and they had some navy, and I thought that it really went well with this layout. And then I had a strip of that 6x6 pattern paper that I had used on the last layout, so I just kind of used it on this, and that's where my title is going to go, and or one of my titles, because I used two of those big words from the crate paper pool line. And it is called the title is Sun and Fun and Adventure. And also I'm going to use sunshine in the acetate, and then a couple of wood veneer. One is going to say follow your heart and awesome week, and I'm going to also use the daisy color in the Avery L ink. And now I want to mount my photo, and I printed that. I printed it for another layout and I didn't end up using it. So I knew there was another story that I wanted to tell about kind of setting up and going. I think I had printed it for the straight, stop, way off page, and I didn't end up using it, but I knew that, like I said, there was another story that I wanted to tell about us setting up. And it was about the fact that this time around, last year and the year before, my husband got Josh to help set up the tent trailer and stuff. But my second daughter was there also, and she loves anything like that. She loves that. So, it was the two of them. So there was, less things for him to do because there was two of them putting out the tent trailer. Well, this time it was just him and my husband, and I would kind of go with my son and kind of, guide him and say, okay, now it's time to pull this out, or, blah, blah. And my husband would show him different things. And the whole time he complained and didn't like it. But it was like, no, you need to learn how to do these kinds of things. And it was like he wasn't listening and he was doing it, but begrudgingly. And, but we just tried to make it fun and whatever. And it was funny because when we got home on the 16th, and, like I said before, everybody was here. Well, I had little gifts for my two daughters that didn't end up coming on the trip, and for Mason. So I said, well, can you guys just kind of quickly put up the tent trailer and so that we can give them their things right away? Well, you should have seen that boy go. With no instructions, he was putting up that tent trailer with his dad, just gone, brought everything in the house. I was like, brought everything upstairs that was his. I was like, way to go, buddy. Like, that was awesome, you know. And then his dad told him what a good job he did and stuff. And so he was listening, even though he was pretending not to listen, he was listening. And because he was putting stuff up without my husband having to do any kind of guiding. So that was pretty cool. So that's what this layout is going to be about. And one of the subtitles that's going to go right underneath the picture is going to be Teach Me. And even though, you know, he was kind of doing it begrudgingly, but he did learn how to put up the tent trailer. So I mounted the photo on that pink paisley star pattern paper. I mounted it again on some vellum. And then I added some of that... I can't remember who made that pattern paper. I think it's Fancy Pants. And the back side is the anchors, and this side is orange pattern paper. And then it kind of grounds the photo right there. And then I put the title over top, one of the titles, Adventure. And then I put that card to the right of it, and it just says, It's summer, let's be epic. And I love that. And then I used the rest of that acetate with the gold. And then I'm going to put a gold star right there with it. And then there was another acetate that said July, and this happened in July. So I'm going to staple that right to the top right of the photo. And I'm going to do that, or not the photo, but the mat right there. And then I colored in that with those wood veneer, like I said, with the Daisy ink from Avery L. Now I'm going to use part of that frame. I'm just going to use the yellow part, and that's where I'm going to put, I guess I'm going to call it the subtitle, and it's going to say Teach Me. I'm going to put a star there, and then the letters are from Kelly Perky, and those came from my stash because I just wanted it to be in white. I didn't want them to kind of be right there in your face. I just wanted it to be subtle right there. And then I did end up using one of the wood veneer, and it just says Route 15, which although we weren't on Route 15, but what I could do is I could turn that 1 into a 9, I guess, because we did take the 95 and the I-95. So I could do that if I wanted to. I don't know if I will or not. And then that other card just says Days Like These Make Me Happy. There's a little bit of lines under that card. So I'm going to do the journaling. I'm going to start it here, and then I'm going to finish it on that card that's kind of half white, half yellow. And I'm going to finish the journaling here. And then I do end up making another sort of little cluster at the bottom of that card. I'm going to put that acetate Sunshine Awesome Week, another little wood veneer that says it's just an arrow, and then a star. This page, like I said, came together super quickly, and I think it's because, like I said, I just used that format, or that format, I guess, of using it 8.5 by 11 and slapping it on a 12 by 12. Because when I first started scrapbooking, it was 8.5 by 11. 12 by 12 was extremely hard to find, and then when I started scrapbooking 12 by 12, when it was a little bit more readily available, I had all these 8.5 by 11 sheets, and I wanted to use them. And I'm sure if I dug around, I would find still a whole ton. I'm sure when I finish, my packing of my craft room, I'm going to find a whole bunch of 8.5 by 11. But that's it. Here are some close-ups of all the different embellishment clusters, and the page is done. And I'm so close to finishing this kit. I keep looking at my July hip kit, and I so want to play with it. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.